because evolution can't work on that level of scale. The problem is they're starting with an absolutely absurd presumption that the Earth is only 8,000 years old, even though absolutely every bit of scientific evidence proves that it's 3.5 or 4.5 billion years old. And yeah, evolution works just fine on that scale.
God didn't write the Bible, Jesus did, correct?
No.
King James.
No. Generally, the important parts. The Old Testament was written by Iron Age Jews wandering the desert. They were camel-riding nomads.
So, how do we know that they got it wrong? That the Earth isn't 68,000 years old?
How do we know that they're wrong?
Well, we do know that they're wrong.
What are you asking?
Well, if evolution and God can work together, then those Jews who wrote most of the Bible got that the Earth is 6,000 to 8,000 years old wrong. Correct? Okay, so yeah, it works.
What works?
God and evolution. God can still be.
Christianity is just untrue. There's absolutely no reasonable argument you can make that Christianity, as Bible literalists would tell you, the Bible is bullshit. The Bible is an idol, and not worshiping false idols is one of the principles of Christianity. And everything except for Yahweh, that's God's name. People don't know God has a name. It's Yahweh. In the Bible, that's just true. I mean, according to them. Everything except for Yahweh is false idolatry. So if you put that much stock into the Bible, you're kind of going against Christ. People get themselves so worked up in these mental gymnastics that even though they think they're... The problem is the Bible contradicts itself. As much as people don't want to... As much as people don't want to admit it, the Bible contradicts itself. And if you take everything the Bible says literally, you then hold contradicting beliefs. And holding fundamental contradicting beliefs will fuck with a person.
It could all work, even science.
Why would God have given us the ability to think and reason?
Exactly.
I don't happen to believe any God exists, but my worldview doesn't necessarily demand that a God doesn't, although the God of the Bible is clearly just snake oil. Christians would do far better if they would just say, I believe that God exists, I believe my God exists, and this book over here, it's a good book, you know, and it teaches you lots of good things, and sure, there's some terrible stuff in it, and sure, it doesn't really make sense because it was written, you know, between 4,000 and 2,000 years ago by people who didn't really have a good grasp on science. So, okay, maybe we take out some of the stuff that was all about how those people should live and how it's okay to own and sell slaves and how it's okay to murder a woman if she's raped. Maybe we'll just get rid of that because that doesn't really apply to how we live our lives today and focus on just the good stuff and you know, treat it as a metaphor. Noah's Ark. The story of Noah's Ark very specifically was intended to be a parable, a fairy tale, teaching you about, I don't know, different life lessons. And it was never intended to be treated as literal. When you treat it as a literal history book, you miss the entire point of why that story was written. It's a little moral play trying to teach you how to do certain things. I don't really know what, but you're not supposed to take it literally. You miss the fucking point when you do.
Yeah. Even if God was, even if the whole Bible was made up to be a fairy tale or a tale to scare your kids into being morally right, who cares? You know, like, if it makes people be good, then what's wrong with it?
Because lots of it isn't good. Because lots of it is terrible. The Bible specifically says not only that it's okay to own slaves, the Bible tells you how long it's okay to own them, how much you have to pay for them, how you need to treat them, and it's a sin to, the Bible specifically says this, it's a sin to outright murder your slave. Right? But if you just beat him so badly that it takes him a day or two, and it actually says a day or two, to die, that's okay. They don't teach you those things in school, so people don't believe that they're there. I can't tell you how upset I've gotten Christians just by quoting people. Well, that's your book. How is that my problem? You don't like what the Bible says? Do something about that belief.
Yeah.
And okay, maybe you want to pick and choose from the Bible. Maybe you want to take the good stuff and get rid of the bad stuff. That's great. But then you can't be a literalist. And don't go pretending the earth is 6,000 years old.
Yeah.
No, I was okay with both. I would also rather, I think, just sit and relax. I'm going to get an ice pack. Are you still going?
Please. Do you have a cloth thingy?
You can now.